welcome back to Lemon Tree Corner and Christmas in July. So this episode we're going to be working on another sewing project gift idea. So let's take a look. This time we are making the bright as a button makeup pouch. Super cute. In fact, I like this so much with the muslin that I might do that. And I love the little button details. I've got a lot of leftover buttons that I could use for that. So this comes from Retro Mama's Scrap Happy Sewing. I got this on Amazon, so I'll see if it's still on there and link it below. There's just a lot of great projects in here. I've tabbed the heck out of this book. So some really great projects, and she tells you what you need. And now the one I made has a wristlet strap, but I kind of like this little finger loop idea she did with the twill tape. So we might do that. Yeah, I love the little button details. It's really cute the way she did these. And she tends to use muslin for her linings just to save money. I do have all coordinating fabrics, so I'll probably stick with what I have. But I've got some leftovers we can take a look at. So what I did when I made mine is I made a little wristlet strap that's detachable that I thought was just more useful. So now I'm trying to decide what I want to do there. But it's super cute. I just love the shape of it. And it's very fat quarter friendly. And you get the zipper, and it's just one big section inside. So perfect for makeup pouch. Now you could easily fit your phone and your wallet and stuff in this if you wanted this to just be like a going out purse or a day purse kind of thing. So very cute. And I have a stack of leftover fabrics that we are gonna try and extend here. Some of them will work better than others. You know, when you make these smaller projects, you have to think about the size of your pattern. So I've got this one, but this one might be too big. I'm wondering if I can fussy cut just one of these sections for the bottom. They would also make a good notions pouch, so there's another use for them. So I've just got all these varieties of fabrics left over to play with. So we're gonna get those ironed and cut out and see how many of them we can make this week. I am rested and energized from our trip down to San Diego, so all ready to go, and still hot here in Southern California. So if it's hot where you are, go ahead and grab a cold beverage or a water, curl up, and let's start making some bags. I'm basically taking my scraps and seeing if I have enough to make stuff out of. So that's good. It's really the lining is the tricky one. That's good. So I'm going to iron these before I use them. And then I did a wristlet strap last time I made one for myself. But I kind of just like the finger loops because these really would be more of a makeup pouch than a walking around town pouch, although it could be. Yeah, so I definitely have enough to make the upper piece out of a corresponding fabric. So basically we're going to use this as the lining and this little piece. And then this is just the bottom. So actually, if I cut this out nicely, this is such a large piece, I can easily make another thing out of this. Yeah, if I just like cut it there, I've got a really big strip that I can use for another pouch. The pencil pouches, I just sold the last 2 Piggies, as you saw. So the pencil pouches are left for us to use up scraps with. This would also be really good as the lavender sachets. So if you've watched my videos for a while, you see that I really try and use all the fabric until we get down further and further, and then until we have no more fabric. Basically the lavender sachets is the smallest thing I can make. So that's good. Once again, it's a smaller bag, so things like this might be too big for this. I think if I fussy cut it, I could get like the cake and the macarons in there. I think I would need to fussy cut that in order for that to look good. And then, do we have a big enough piece? These are all kind of small. Okay, we do have a big enough piece. For the lining, just enough, so that's good. So I'm going to go through all my fabric and cut these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's plenty. We don't need to do more than that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and iron those, cut them out, interface them, get everything ready to go, and we will check back on this in a couple of hours. Okay, we've been listening to our Laura Childs cozy mystery book, Twisted Tea Christmas. I'm not reading these in order, so this is just the one I decided to read first. It's very cute. I'm kind of, you know, thinking about writing a mystery book, so I've really been paying attention to how she structures things, how she sets certain things up, you know, the characters and how they interact. And at what point in the story she introduces certain things. So I'm really liking this. I've got 3 hours left, so really been enjoying this book. We have our zippers. A nice large order here. They didn't really have any poppy orange. I got the rust orange, but I don't think that's going to work. So let's take a look. I ordered the hardware I needed also. Some of the hardware, like the circle rings, are only available from the other place. So I ordered that from them, but I did get all of this hardware, which means we can do the last Harrelson bag, which is good. I got a variety of pulls. I like those circle pulls, so I got those. I got the square pulls. They don't have any more of the hearts that they used to have, which is really annoying because I loved the hearts. I got more of the oblong pulls. What do we got? Oh, we got new hearts here, which is interesting. It's like a circle with the heart in the middle. That's kind of cool. I like that, especially since my other heart pulls are no longer there. I don't know why they got rid of those ones. They were my favorite. I just got a regular light blue with the normal pulls. What else do we have here? Oh, they did give me the hearts. On the website, the picture for these was the other hearts. How interesting. So they do still have these hearts. Well, I will have to go back on the website and see what hearts, what I said when I ordered this peachy one. So yeah, I need a better solution for how to store all these zippers. Let's go take a look at my storage area. And I still have all the number 3 zippers just sitting here in this container, which don't make any sense. Okay, so I have these great storage units from Target. I don't know if they still have them, but I like them because there's these dividers. So I have all of my hardware in these, which is nice. So lots of separations. And then I've got this 4-drawer version of it with all the zippers. Now I appreciate that they're no longer putting the zippers in more plastic, so that's nice that they've changed that. So I basically have 2 of these brimming over, overflowing with zippers, and since I just ordered more zippers, I have nowhere to put them. I have some random stuff here, like the cable cord and the wash away wonder tape, if it will focus, things like that don't necessarily need to be here. So I think what I would like to do is empty out this entire thing, move these somewhere else, and then use these for zippers, because I could fit one whole thing of these with the number 3 zippers, which is good. I have all my new tags, so that's nice. And, you know, pens, just basic supply storage in here. It doesn't really need to be in here. And then I also have those units down here that I'm storing all of my fabric scraps in. So these were originally for scrapbooking, and they have little vertical dividers, or you could turn it horizontal and have horizontal paper dividers. So that's originally what these were used for, but now they're being used for this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach one of these guys to our finger loop just to make it more versatile. I did have that comment from several people on the piggy pouches and the coin purses that they would like a swivel clip to be able to attach this inside another bag. It's a good idea. Now I have a different color on the zipper tabs, so I can't really use this color thread for that, so that's why we're only sewing one thing at this point. So I'm going to attach this guy and just have him waiting here so I know which way my good thread is going. And then we're going to go ahead and attach our two outer pieces together. So we've got our long edge going that way, and attach that, and then top stitch, and then I think I'm done with this color till we get to the lining. We do have darts in this pattern, so that will be something we haven't done together. That'll be interesting. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press it up and then top stitch here, and then we have to go find our buttons, because I don't know what I did with Grandma's buttons. So I'll have to find those. I have another little collection of buttons that I've been collecting just randomly when I buy clothes and there's an extra button, but they're not going to be as cute. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have gotten buttons when we went to the reuse store. Wah wah. So we're going to use our pattern piece there, and I really just need the one pattern piece at this point. Oh, actually we have to attach our fleece first. Let's attach our fleece and then we can do that. But basically there's darts here, and you can cut out of the pattern piece, and then we're going to mark the darts, and we're going to put darts in the exterior and the lining, so both ways. And then I believe we're just sewing these at 1/4 of an inch. So it just adds a little dimension to the bag, so it's more puffy and less flat. I'm also going to be smart and put my tag on before we do the darts, because nothing's going to be flat after that. So I'll do that. Somebody asked about my tags, and I ordered these from the Dutch Label Company. They have sew-on ones, iron-on ones. These are iron-on because half the time I forget to put them on until the bag is done. And I can't sew cleanly around them to make them look good. And this machine is only a straight stitch, so I'd have to break out the whole other sewing machine to do a zigzag to do that. So I just do the iron-on ones. They've lasted, the first bag I made that I put this in, that I've used for years, the label's just starting to come off. So that's like 4 years. So it's not like a permanent thing. Obviously a sew-on would be way better. But I do love the Dutch Label Company. They also have the folded tags that you can put in things, so those are fun. Well, I completely forgot that since I didn't cut the darts, that we need to sew 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. So I'm going to have to redo these darts. I was wondering why they look so small. So we're going to have to go 1/4 of an inch away from that line. We're probably just better off cutting it from now on for the rest of them. It's just easier to see that way. So what I like to do in that case is line it up with the edge of my foot, and then it's easier if you start further down. So I'll line it up and then I'll back stitch to get to the very edge after I start. So if you can see that there, it's kind of hard to see. I'm basically going to line up that mark with the edge of my foot, and then I'm going to start sewing, but I'm going to back stitch all the way to that edge. So that way we get all the way up into this corner. So that's the point there. Okay, and now we can go ahead and attach our zipper in the middle. The reason she has you add the buttons after this step is so that you can get in there and do the top stitching without having to worry about hitting a button. Okay, so here are some buttons that I have from a different project that I'm not doing anymore. So we've got 5 colors of buttons. They're kind of small though. You know, like if I was to do 2 or 3 of those, they just look kind of small. Let the camera adjust. There we go. They're just kind of very small. Not really the buttons that I'm looking for. Let me go look through my random button collection. All the other buttons that I have are in this cute little wine glass. So let's see what we got. A lot of them are the buttons that come with your clothes. I have some others in here though. They're all really big. These ones are cute, but they're just a little too chunky. And the other ones are kind of as small as those. Show up very well, you know? I don't think that's going to look very great. So I don't think any of those are really going to work. I'm going to have to go to Joann's. I think we're going to go ahead and make these 2 bags without the buttons, just because I don't want to wait. See, maybe a variety of wooden buttons would be nice. Just something a little more decorative than these. These are kind of all over the place. See how that dart lines up like that? That's what you want, like that cross shape. And there. And then it's your last opportunity to make sure things look good. So we're going to poke our zipper tabs out, make sure those look good, make sure this looks good. Oh, and you want to pay close attention to this top. Make sure that these line up. And then just make sure that none of the exterior is like none of the fabric is fraying, that you caught all the fabric in the seam, because I had some places with that really thin 1/4 inch seam, if you've cut anything slightly off, it could come through the seam there, so you just want to make sure you do that. I'm just going to poke this in for now so we can take a look at it and see how that lining, normally once I sew up the hole in the lining, it will be nice and tight in there, so that's why we do that. So I'm going to press this so that the seam is nice and clean, but you get the idea here. Yeah, I don't know if I want this or not. If I'm going to have one of these, maybe I don't need it big enough for a finger to fit through. Not sure how I want that. I kind of like this because, like the one lady pointed out, you can attach this in a much larger bag so it doesn't get lost. So I do like that. Got our zipper tabs here are showing, so that's good. See how this line of stitching is getting pulled by the zipper tab? That's why we did our 2 lines of stitching, is just to keep that from pulling more than it already is. So that's good. Okay, so I'm going to sew up the whole line. We're going to do the second one, and then we'll have a little chat. Birdie in the feeder. No, he took off. A lovely day out there. We've got the jacaranda trees blooming. My husband mowed the lawn. We got the bird feeder filled. And I bought a little bird bath as well that's outside. I can't see it though. I can't see it from the window. There it is. I have to fill it up again. It's super cute. So I'm hoping that they'll eat the bird seed and then go use the bird bath. Yeah, that jacaranda tree is just so beautiful. I made these curtains when we first moved in because this window didn't have anything on it. So I made 2 sets of curtains with the chickens. I got those over there. And we've had them ever since. We've lived in this house like 10 years now. And I haven't once thought of, like, I need new curtains. It's very funny. Hey friends, so that's it for this episode. Let's take a look at our finished pouches. So here was the original one that I made, and it turns out this was the medium size. So I was looking at these going, why do these shapes look so different? It's because the other one was a medium. So the long one is a little more elongated, and the medium one just looks a little taller by the nature of the size of it. So I did these in 3 different styles. This one has the little loop with a D-ring and a detachable wristlet strap, so there's an option for you. I also did this one that just has like a larger finger loop, so you could get your finger in there, and or a swivel clasp, so you can also you can attach it to things. And then I decided if I'm doing the swivel clasp, I might as well just do the little teeny ring with the swivel clasp. So 3 different styles there. I did not have the buttons, but I have since gone to Joann's and bought some buttons. So the rest of them will have some cute little buttons going on here. But overall, super cute. And there's 3 different sizes. There's also a small that's smaller than this one. I think these are a great option for holiday presents. Perfect little size for pretty much whatever you need to put in there. So it's very accommodating to lots of different types of people. When I went to Joann's, I took advantage of the trip and bought some other things. So I have some new flowers for my shelf there. I figure the red and purple would be, or red and yellow would be good for summer. And then maybe mix in some purple there. The red and purple might be good for autumn as well, although I already have a lot of autumn flowers. And then I got a darker red and another green for our Christmas ornaments. And then I got a variety of buttons. So I just got ones that I thought would work best. So I got some pink ones, some yellow, some red, some purple. So these are all slightly different shapes. And then I found a little pack that's kind of holiday-ish. So some greens and reds in there. So I think that will cover us for what we need for the rest of the bags. And so that's it for this week. Let me know, pop it down in the comments if any of these projects sound like something that you're interested in trying for your holiday homemade gifts. I would love to hear if any of these have struck your fancy so far. And we will be back. The next one will either be one of the crochet ones, the felt ornaments, and then we have the piggies coming up as well. So lots more stuff for you coming up through the rest of this month. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Love you, friends. Bye.